Egypt there are options for people. Actually, you can see on the opposite side of the Muslim Brotherhood, there is a very big population of minority, and they have a lots of famous politicians. They have someone like Mr. Al-Bradi, who is in UN in the Atomic Agency. He is one of the main people who is one of the leaders of opposition. We have Mr. Amr Musa. He was in the Arab countries council, and you can see some people who are either very educated people or very famous traders or businessmen who are in the opposition, and there are lots of options that can be elected in the Egypt. But the thing is, part of what you said is correct, because I feel because Muslim Brotherhood has a very big base in Egypt, and they have been always banned. And when you ban something, this makes people to get interested to see what this is, which is bad. It is why you can see in a lot of cases, even the things which are bad, when you ban them, people go and use it more. A materialistic example of that is alcohol. In India, they have tried to ban it several times. Alcohol, like beer and wine.
Alcohol, yes.
Yeah, so I'm just giving one example. That when people see something is banned, sometimes they get attracted to it. It is very materialistic. I know that there are two different cases, but you can see that in India, whenever they ban it, more people go and use it. Then they don't ban it, less people go and use it. In Egypt, Muslim Brotherhood, I'm not saying that, they have the same sort of characteristic. But in the social issues, as you see, when you ban something, sometimes people go and get attracted to it. And as you said, people haven't tried the Muslim Brotherhood yet. So it was one of the reasons that they are very interested in it. There is another reason for it as well, which is Muslim Brotherhood has very good and powerful base in Egypt. It's not like Jordan, as you said. Jordan,
they are organized.
They are very organized in Egypt. They have very big power in Egypt. It's not like, as you said, in Jordan. I didn't know that, but you said that in Jordan they are not very connected to the agenda of people. But in Egypt, they are very organized. They have a lot of resources there, and actually, one of the reasons that some oppositions were saying that they could be successful in the election was the fact that they had the just a moment. Actually, there was this fact that they were saying that opposition didn't have organization, but Muslim Brotherhood had organization. This is why some people in opposite groups, they were saying that when it came to election, election needs organization. They need people to go and advertise for them. And they were saying that that it was the reason that they got into they won the election. Sorry, someone is talking to me over chat. Let me respond to him and try to invite him to our conversation while I'm waiting for our main guest. Just a moment.
Well, he's late about 35 minutes. For 35 minutes, so.
Yes, I don't know why he's late. Actually, it's maybe because of a misunderstanding in the time zones, because he's not in US, as he said.
you you wrote you didn't write once you like Max he sent me a message like he said that it's in East Coast U.S. timing, but in the new message that in the new email that he sent me, he didn't said anything like it's in 1 p.m., 3 p.m., 4 p.m., but he didn't wrote like it's on the East Coast U.S. timing. So maybe why
Yes,
that's why he got confused.
yes, that is possible. Uh, Actually, I was almost sure that he would be able to come because, and I'm still thinking that he should show up anytime. I think he may be a bit late. Uh,
Well, you can connect with him or you can't.
Pardon?
With anonymous. Anonymous, can you connect with him?
Yes, actually.
Okay.
Yes, just a moment, please.
He has a number. If you have a number, send him email, anything.
No, he has. We got connected over Facebook, so accidentally I didn't know about him. And he told me after we got connected. Uh, uh, Sorry about it. Sorry about it. It was another person. He was actually from Egypt. Uh, he uh, he just added me over Facebook and wanted to uh, know about Vonvo. If you like, please go ahead and add me on Facebook. So we can be in touch.
Are you friends with Matt?
Yes.
Are you friends with Matt?
Yes. My ID is just Ali Reza. Nothing more.
Ali what?
Nothing. Just Ali Reza.
Oh.
Nothing more or nothing
Reza.
less.
R-A.
R-E-Z-A.
R-A.
R-E-Z-A.
R-E.
It doesn't have anything more, and yeah.
There is no particular nothing like this. So, well, let's talk to another topic here. You're from Iran?
Yes, I'm originally from Iran. I came to US 3 years ago for study. And now I'm doing an internship in Vonvo.com. So I'm helping them with the marketing as I study marketing. And on the other hand, because I'm doing a minor in media studies, not only I'm helping them with their marketing part, I am helping them with their some of their conversations. Because
So
well,
I would just want to know about Iran. What happened? What happened in Iran? Like, are all the people like like the Iranian regime, or did they accept like what's happening? What are what is their opinion about like what I see in Iran? Like it's very it became closed country. They I heard that the internet there is very strict. They can't have satellite dishes. They can. There's many things that they are abandoned from. So, what is the people's reaction about? Is it like a volcano waiting for uh, waiting, or are people just got accepted, or what's going on there? Even though that I think, uh, I think, well, just to let you know, I think that they are with their propaganda of people. For us, I'm a Palestinian who lives in Jordan. Their propaganda about we are against the US are against the Israel, we're with the Palestinian. They are they are like the Syrian regime, using that just for using or for uh, get it as excuse for them, okay, to uh, to to act their dictatorship on the people, on the Iranian people.
well, actually, in Iran, it is very complicated because there are very different groups. Um, but if I want to give you a very simple answer, I would say majority of people are against the regime at the moment. There is no exact statistic which I can tell you because there is no statistic is allowed to be done. I mean, because it needs a research, it needs an election, a free election, so people can voice themselves. But my understanding is more than 85% of people are against the current regime, and the rest of 15% are either in very rural and distant places, which really don't have much of access to information, or there are people who get some benefits out of the regime. Uh, Actually, as you may know, in 1979 there was a revolution in Iran. Before revolution, there were lots of different political groups that they were fighting for changing the situation. Some of them were totally liberal groups. Some of them were totally unrelated groups to religious issues. But the thing is, at the moment, someone named Ayatollah Khomeini, he came and different opposition groups at that time thought they can go behind this person and by supporting this person they can get rid of the king. Because they thought he's a very charismatic person, because he was a religious figure, they thought that he can bring the masses of people behind him, because especially that time people were more traditionally religious. And it was true. They went behind him and they supported him, and revolution happened. When revolution happened, actually for a while, you know, the government was way more diverse. There were people from oppositions into government. Even I can say the first two governments, they were they were mainly from oppositions, and but slowly by slowly, lots of things happened. I want to tell you, it is a story of 33 years. Uh, but a lot of things happened. All of these resulted in the fact that slowly by slowly, governments became more and more corrupt, and it became more and more oppressive and dictator, and it got distant of people of Iran. So people who had a revolution bring this government, uh, they slowly by slowly turned to their opposition. Lots of the people, well, I was not born at that time, unfortunately, or maybe fortunately.
In
But
the 80s, it was in the 80s. That was in the
1979,
80s.
79,
No, you say 90s.
yeah, 33 years ago, almost 34. And that time, well, lots of the parents and grandparents of the, like young people who are now in the opposition, that time they were in revolution, active in demonstrations to get rid of the king because he was a dictator too. However, he was a way better dictator than the current dictators that we have in Iran in different aspects. But the thing is, the current regime, the bad issue that they have is they have mixed religion with government. So they are abusing religion for their own benefit. So it is why, while almost 90% of Iranian are Muslim, but even some statistics say more than 90, they say up to 95%. But the fact is, more than 85% of people are against the regime at the moment because although they at that time they brought an Islamic regime, what they what they had in the mind was uh, was what they were taught about Islam, what they thought Islam is, which is in the Quran, which the main belief of Islam said. They they were not expecting a corrupt regime like what they have now. And as you said, yes, I agree with you. Lots of corrupt and dictator regimes always use the policy of fear. They bring and make some fear about other countries. Like it's in different countries. You can say there is such a fear. For example, in countries, some countries, in some Arabic countries around Iran, they make a fear from
Syria?
Iran. No, not Syria, because Syria is an ally of Iran. But some countries who are like competitors of Iran, but
You mean Saudi Arabia and like all the Gulf countries?
lots of them. Some of them say, okay, as you know, they are dictator too. They say, be careful,
Yes.
Iranians are gonna take your country. Why? Because they want to hide the main fact, which is, oh, there is a dictatorship in the country. First of all, you know. The same thing is in Iran. In Iran, the major issue of people is the dictatorship of their own government. They really have no problem with American government. There are, but case of Israel is so different for them because uh, they consider some people say that they don't have issue with Israel. Some people say we don't want any war, but they prefer that the human right issues get solved. Because if they look at they have a kind of humanist view from the point of view of the human. They say they don't want war with anyone. At the same time, they appreciate if the Israelis and Palestinians reach a peace. But the thing is, Iranian people are not people who seek for war. In the last 200 years, Iran government in different areas has never attacked any country.
Could,
As a,
could, you,
as
could you repeat what you said the last few paragraphs because I couldn't hear most.
I see, sure. I said that people in Iran, they first of all they don't war with any country, and the second thing is they want to improve their relationship with all countries. Uh, but in case of Israel, there are lots of people who are human rights activists, and they say because this conflict between Israel and Palestine has a lot of violations of human rights. They want the Israel and Palestine reach a kind of agreement or peace and end the war, some sort. It is what every human, I believe, every person who is seeking for peace doesn't like any war from any side. But the main issue for Iranians at the moment is the current regime in Iran, which is uh, corrupt and dictator. And they know that the regime is using Israel or U.S. as the matter of fear. People are not afraid of that. People are not saying that, because before revolution in Iran in '79, the king had very good relationship with U.S. There were around, based on some statistics at points, there were 11,000 Americans in Iran. At that point, they were working with different organizations and stuff. There were lots of Iranians in the U.S., lots of students, lots of educated people, lots of military people. Before '79, there was a very strategic relation between Iran and the U.S. In terms of politics, when you say strategic, it has a specific meaning. Uh, for example, you can say the relationship of I don't know some other country, every country which there are lots of countries which may be friendly with U.S. But it doesn't mean they have a strategic relationship with U.S. If I want to give you another example, the relationship of Syria and Iran in terms of politics is considered strategic, or the relationship of Israel and the U.S. is considered strategic. It means they, in very high level, they try to have agreements with each other. That time, Iran was uh, was the, was the country that was playing the role of securing the region, and U.S. because had a lot of interest for security of region because of the oil pass. Uh, they were very happy with that, and they were helping the king that time. And as you, I don't know if you know about it, that time in terms of weapon, you know that if you want to buy some weaponry from one country, they may not sell every type of weapons because they may say, okay, this country don't agree with that. But at that time, the king of Iran could buy the most advanced uh, weapons from US at that time. The only thing that I heard that they had said that we are not gonna give you was nuclear bombs. They had told them we give you every other thing, but not nuclear bombs. You know, it is a very big deal. For example, at that time, they sold F-14 jet fighters to Iran, 79 of them. That time, F-14 was the most advanced and the most expensive jet fighter in the time. That the king bought 79 of them and they were very expensive that time. They were $44 million piece at that time. 44 million that time is much more expensive than $44 million. What I want to tell you is,
It's like you can say like 44 million is about 60 or about between 60 and 80 million today. Like
probably, which is considered very expensive. Actually, the king bought them because at that time, Soviet Union had a lot of flies over Iran. It's to like spy over aerospace of Iran. And King was very concerned with this fact. And that time because the only fighters that would be fighting with those, I mean, advanced fighters of Soviet Union. They were F-14. It is why he went there and bought F-14. And at that point, Iran was the only country who had F-14 after US. And it was such an expensive uh, project in US that in one article I read that at that time, the company in US which had invested and built F-14 was almost broke. They were going to get bankrupted because it was such an expensive investment. And then King of Iran goes there and buys all of them. They can generate money to continue their business. However, it's not the main, issue. The thing what I wanted to tell you is, at that time, the relationship was uh, very strategic.
Iran
And US, yeah. So this has made lots of Iranians come to US and lots of Americans come to US, and it is why still the we call them the second generation. Uh, like my parents consider them the second generation. We are the third generation, the generation after revolution. It is why it still is in the memory of Iranians that there was a time that there was a very peaceful, very positive and constructive relationship with US. So people know that there is no problem with relationship with US naturally. I mean, they believe that there are some conflicts, there are some bad points in history between two countries. I'm not telling you that everything that Iran has done toward US or everything that US has done toward Iran has been positive. No, because, for example, at that point, there were people who thought and they said that US is meddling in issues in Iran too much. And to some extent, it was correct. Uh, or they thought that King may not be that much independent to make some of the decisions based on what America wants. But it is these kind of contributions toward each other's benefits is something which is practiced in the current relationship between countries. Sometimes uh, countries do some stuff to benefit another country because they want a good relationship with that country. Uh, but the thing what I want to tell you is the fact that regime in Iran wants to make people think that U.S. Wants to destroy Iran, but people don't think that way. Majority of people think that uh, there is no uh, there is no reason that they can't return to the friendly relationship again. People at the moment think that the thing that they should be frightened and the thing that is the major threat to them is the current regime in Iran. It's not a foreign cover because they don't think if we are at the moment uh, there is no how can I say, there is no American bombing in Iran in an actual, at least clear way. I know that there are some wars on the back scene between Iranian regime and US, like in the region. Pardon?
You mean a cyber war? You mean a cyber
Yes.
war and like
Cyber, and part of it is intelligence. Some of that is based on like terroristic bombing from both sides, not just Iranians. Both parts have this thing. But the thing is, Iranian people think that they can reach a friendship with U.S. They don't have an issue. Now there are 2 million Iranians living in U.S. They have family members in Iran. I myself talked to my family members in Iran, and Iranians know that U.S. is not a threat to them, but they know that the corrupt regime that is their money they are the major threat. So it is what people are concerned about. I thought I could address parts of what you asked. If you have more questions, I would be happy to answer till if mm, our friend shows up. I don't know. He's almost 1 hour late, more than 1 hour late. Sorry about that again.
1 hour and 1 minute.
Yes.
It's 1 hour and 1 minute, and
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, if you want to continue, I have like 14 minutes or 15 minutes, and then I need to go to sleep. Like,
sure. If you have any question, about the relationship in Syria, in Iran, anything, I would be happy to answer.
So that brings me to the question about let me remember. I hear that in Iran many websites are just banned, like Facebook, like the social network, the social net, the Yahoo Mail, I guess, like all kinds of the social networks, and they are actually planning to have their own internet or their own network that is separated from the whole world. And also, I saw a documentary that even satellite dishes are abandoned there for the people. So, do you think like the Iranian people are just like in Gaza Strip? They are in a big prison. They are prisoners of their own rulers, and
I hear you. No, it is not as like Gaza Strip. Sorry. This in Iran, there is a lot of censorship. Uh, First of all, I should tell you that in Iran at the moment there is no private TV channel. All the TV channels and radio are governed and owned and run by a state. First of all, which are the TVs the most influential channel uh, to communicate with people and give people information. At the same time, having satellite TVs are considered illegal, and they gather them, and sometimes they may even arrest people. However, these days they don't arrest people if they have them because almost everyone has them. But the thing is, they go and they do some very stupid like things. Sometimes they go by like they they do like very special. Sometimes you see like uh, James Bond actions, and they go by helicopters over buildings, and they put like commandos over buildings to get like satellites and stuff. And this is like sometimes they do very crazy stuff to gather them. But the thing, pardon?
like, and they do this crazy stuff in the name of religion, and they want to protect people from
They do them
outside.
They do them in the name of religion, but the thing is, it's not their main goal. Their main goal is to
Control
disconnect people from the flow of free information. It is why you can see that, for example, websites which are some news websites in Iran are banned. Some like Facebook, YouTube, these things are not that problematic for and like lots of things which are against government. In Iran, the websites are bad, and if you get connected to internet in a simple way, you can't access them. But it doesn't mean that people really don't access them, because there are a lot of ways that people circle and make some connections, like VPNs, like proxy servers, lots of ways that people. I myself, when I was in Iran, I was using internet. I had my Facebook account. I had everything that time when I was in Iran, and people can use them. but they have to go a bit further. They have issues sometimes. But the thing is, it is probably one of the reasons that they say that they are gonna start their national internet. I don't know to what extent it can be practical. I don't know to what extent that they can accomplish that. But it is one of the things that they do. And one of the things that you may not know about satellites, because they realize whatever they gather physically, the satellite, they haven't been successful in disconnecting people. They started a kind of project uh, which they produce like waves, like projects uh, in the whole city. That even if you have satellite, you can watch it sometimes. They like make like it's like kind of like electronic art sort of thing. I'm not technically very advanced.
I understand.
Yes,
I
and they
understand you. I
disrupt the transmission of the waves from satellite. It is why even if I'm not wrong, a few um, months ago, if I'm not wrong, the Nile satellite uh, had complained that the transmission of those waves from Iran is even harming their satellite, kind of. And they were like kind of like accusing them. And now it is a very controversial issue in Iran because there are lots of people, lots of medical experts, which say the transmission of these waves are very harmful. They say can make cancer or some
very
other.
strong.
Yes. I don't know. As I told you, I'm neither the medical or engineering. I'm a business student with minor in media studies. I'm not very, but as a person who is interested, I follow the news. But the thing is, it's not like Gaza Strip because, first of all, Gaza Strip even physically is kind of surrounded. But Iran is a very large country. If you see its border, it has border with lots of countries, and its population is inside Iran is 72,600,000. And besides, in Iran, we have a very large number of people who are students, and they go outside Iran, educate, they come back, and it is almost impossible that you can really put these people in a jail, especially because the Iranian population, especially the young population, are very well connected. So in this age of internet is thing, and what has proven it's impossible to ban them. And as I told you, uh, if I want to give you an example, they do this censorship not for religious matters, but for keeping their government and their power, is the fact that in 2009, after election, when people were against them and they came to the streets, and those actually, I don't know if you know, it was first the protests in Iran. After a few months, it started in Tunisia, and actually, I was actually watching some of the Tunisian activists on their videos on YouTube, which was saying that they were saying that when they were singing in Iran, they were saying, "Oh, we want to have this in Tunisia too." But the thing is, in Iran, the security forces are way more complicated and powerful, so they could kind of break down the like demonstrations. But the thing is, that time people were using Facebook and Twitter as a way for organizing themselves and come to street, and they were using YouTube as a way to send information out of Iran. That time, what the government did, they shut down the internet and cell phones totally, even the line phones. In sometimes you can't even contact others through like um, phone lines or cell phones, especially in the parts that there were some demonstrations, like in the middle of Tehran. Cell phones didn't work, or internet. They had reduced the speed of internet or totally shut down the internet because they realized that people are using Facebook just to set appointments, to come to, for example, we have some of our major, actually the first major demonstration um, was from freedom, was from a revolution square to freedom square in Tehran. That there are different estimates. People say between 2 to 3 million people were on that demonstration. It was a huge demonstration. If you search on YouTube, you can find it. It's like you can't believe this much people are like on the street. So you see that they are doing that to keep the power, not for the sake of religion. Another example that I can give you is some of the major clergymen in Iran, Shia clergymen, are against them. Yeah, there are two top in Shia Islam. There are clergymen which are called Ayatollah. In Sunni they are called like Mufti, but in like Shia they are called Ayatollah. Uh, the most senior ones are considered to be at this time Ayatollah Sistani, who lives in Iraq, and Ayatollah Montazeri in Iran. Unfortunately, Ayatollah Montazeri passed away around 3 years ago, and both of them were against the regime in Iran, and the regime has tried to terrorize both of them. Actually, Ayatollah Montazeri in Iran was under house arrest for 4 to 5 years. Under Islamic regime, they had put the main clergyman of Shia Islam under house arrest. So you can see it's not about Islam.
So there's something in the room with us. Ask her if she wants to join. You can ask her. Oh, she's gone or he's gone.
Okay. Max is actually I guess you may know Max. He is one of our.
No, there's someone named
yes,
Lauren.
Lauren. Yes, she left actually. Sorry that I don't know why our main guest didn't show up. I'm really apologizing for that, and I tried to be in contact with him. I've texted him several times. I don't know what happened to him. He said that he is very busy, but he had promised me to show up today at that time.
Maybe he misunderstood.
I don't think, because I sent even some of the videos of ourselves, and he might have misunderstood the timing. But I tried to.
I don't know. Maybe something
came up, maybe because he said that they are organizing a new sort of thing that I was expecting to come and announce here. I try to be in touch with him and bring him to the conversation. And I guess you added me over Facebook, right?
Yes.
So when I got more information from him, I will let you know too. So if you like, you can join again. And I hope this time it doesn't happen again, that he doesn't show up. However, I really enjoyed talking to you.
Well, I enjoyed too also, but I mainly participate at the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. I don't participate at the Egyptian region. I'm not very interested, but well, let's take a chance. Let's see what is in. It was nice to meet you.
It was great and pleasure to meet you. I hope I could give some information to you. Actually, today, not only today, my goal is just to be a moderator, just to ask questions, and my goal was to ask questions from anonymous, because usually journalists try not to make comments because they think it is not very professional. But today, as our guest didn't come, it was my pleasure to be with you. Sorry again. he didn't show up.
Oh, it's
I
okay.
wish I
It's
could be
okay.
more informative to you.
Well, yes, but I guess like let me give some hints. Like you participate at the Vonvo, you're working in Vonvo, right?
Yes, I am an
Uh,
intern. I'm doing internship as a marketing specialist in Vonvo, and on the other
internship. What is the exact meaning of internship like?
internship, when you internship in American system is a period of time that you go and work in a place, uh, either for academic
Practice.
credit, or sometimes it is paid, but it is always short time. Like in my case, it is 150 hours. It is mainly for learning and practicing what you have learned. It is part of my university
Practice.
coursework
Yes.
because I'm doing marketing in university. I'm doing a marketing specialist internship here. But today I came here because at the same time I'm doing a media study minor, and I'm interested in such activities. So, and as an intern, I like to help my co-workers in Bongo, so they wanted my help here, so I came here.
Yes. Well, I guess you should give like Max a hint that he should put. I guess it's hard, but he should put like a whole new like a new topic about Iran and one about and one about Iraq. There's a demonstration happening there, and I heard I saw I read at the news somebody killed and somebody were injured, and also about what happened in Libya after the demonstrations. Uh, if you can, like you can, I wanted to tell him this yesterday in maybe Wednesday, I went to a restaurant, and in that restaurant, yeah, and in that restaurant I saw like there was a Libyan person, and he was he was just, let me say, angry about what happened in Libya. So I really guess that I think that the website should concentrate also about the country, about what happened to countries after the revolutions, you know, because that person, he seemed very angry. Like they stole, like to tell you the story about it, he was at the restaurant, like falafel restaurant. He wasn't the here the prices in Jordan are expensive, so we it was about 3.5 JDs. Few things he bought. It's not that much. So he got very angry. Like why? So we told him that he said he kept saying like everything is cheap. Like you are floating on a sea of oil, so of course everything is going to be cheap. The cost of everything. He said he began to say that the NATO stole our oil. They in terms of getting rid of Gaddafi. He said like I don't think it's true, okay, but I guess in this website concentrate about the country, about what happened to country after the revolutions, especially like there isn't any focus on the media right now. Like in Libya, nobody focuses on the media about the Libyan people, what happened to them, because what I understood from this website, it's from people to people, and I think you should deliver this to Max.
Yes, you are totally right. Actually, we are willing to develop more and more rooms. We don't have any limitation from that aspect. The only thing is when we schedule a time, we do it based on because we always seek that at least we want someone, if we want to make a room about, for example, Egypt, we want someone to be there and from, for example, Egypt, or someone who is very familiar with the issues in Egypt to be able to answer the questions of the guests. For example, today we had anonymous, or like when we have like Israel-Palestine issue, we have someone either from Israel or from Palestine or both. Uh, the only thing is we want someone who can speak English and who can talk, answer the questions. As soon as we find someone, and we would be looking for it. I myself, I'm more focused on the issue of Egypt. I'm looking for people from Egypt. I'm connected to some of them. I can't say a lot of them. To bring some of them to our site. I would be probably working a bit on Palestine, Israel, Syria. These are very connected as well. If in the, alongside, I guess, in contact with people from Libya, I try to bring them to, and I will tell Max and Alex as well. That he said that, and if you find someone from Libya, or if you know someone from Libya that you like to have conversation here, you can feel free to introduce them to us.
I don't know anything. Like I don't know much about Libya. I almost don't know anything. But what I want to say that I if the like it's the site wants to be as alternative for media, it should concentrate on what is the media not concentrating on. That's
Yes.
my main.
Yes, you are right.
And I guess I need to leave now. It was nice to meet you.
It was great meeting you. My pleasure, and have a good night.